the circus was not scheduled to come to town until next Wednesday with Ringland Brothers, Barnum, and Bailey. But the circus actually showed up early tonight at Time Warner Arena in a very ugly basketball game. The Charlotte Hornets come out with the most important thing. That's a W tonight with a 76-71 win over the New York Knicks.
Yeah, it was a really ugly game. Another game where they shot under 35% again, and they found a way to win, but it was a bad game on both sides. Low scoring, turnovers, and just the better team really won tonight, but it was still just an all-around bad game. But the good thing is the Hornets still found a way to win.
I like what Gerald Henderson had to say when we talked to him after the game from the standpoint, this team is finding ways to win ugly when they need to, and they've got confidence in doing that. And they did a good job of getting fouled at the end, going to the line. He made his free throws, one of the few that did, though. But more importantly, when the Knicks had a chance to tie or do something, they had great defense. Hardaway, I think, shot an air ball or really a bad shot, missed it, and they got a couple of steals. They're finding ways at the end of the game to step up the defense and not allow the team to make the big baskets to either tie them or beat them at the end.
Yeah, that's something they doing a little bit different from the beginning of the season. Early in the season, they were having a lot of close games with a lot of really good teams, and they were just finding ways to lose. But now they're starting to string together some wins and finding better ways to win. But it's getting ready to be a tough stretch now with a couple more guys going down again tonight, which is unfortunate. It seems like just when they're about to get healthy, then a couple more bodies go down. But you got to still give them credit. The most important thing is to keep on winning. That's 9 out of 11 right now. So hopefully these guys can keep this streak going right here.
The team has fought back to a 19-26 record, and after being 5 or 6 games out of the playoffs, they're right back in the hunt right now. And you mentioned they go to San Antonio next. They've got a couple of tough games on the road, a road trip coming in. They're going to be gone again. Why? The real circus is in town next week, though. But I like the way again this team is battling. You got Brian Roberts who came in tonight. We don't know. Kemba's going to probably be an off and on thing with his knee for the rest of the year. But Brian Roberts was your leading scorer with 17 points. Hit some clutch baskets, and I like the way he plays. When he's called on, whether it be to play 7 minutes or tonight, in a case that he actually played 32 minutes, though, he comes in, he competes, he makes good shots, and again, he can be a key factor going down the stretch.
Yeah, I got to give him a lot of credit. He's really taking advantage of his chance to play right now with Kemba in and out of the lineup, but he doesn't complain about it. Whenever Kemba goes down, he steps up and shows up big, and now with Kemba having his knee injuries, you really no telling how long he's going to be out, so it's probably going to be a lot more playing time for Brian Roberts to play, because Kemba is really probably going to be in and out, like you said, with that knee injury, and no telling how long it's going to be. But I like the way he's playing right now, and he's a really solid backup for these guys. But when you put him in the starting lineup, he does a good job of getting everybody involved, and like you say, he led the team in scoring tonight. So hopefully he can keep this up for him.
Knee injury number 2, a guy who was playing, I think, even though he said it wasn't the best basketball I know of his Hornets career, Bismack Biyombo goes down with a knee injury tonight. They're doing an MRI tomorrow. We'll check that. Don't know the severity of that, though. But that could, really be something big, because he was playing well, where they could have cut back on Al's minutes. Al's still not back in Al Jefferson's shape tonight. He played a lot of minutes tonight, but missed a lot of shots. Did have 7 block shots, which Gerald Henderson said they were swipe-aways right there, though. But, that could be a key thing. And, we've been saying all along the Hornets are going to make a trade. If he goes down for extended amount of time, could it possibly speed up the process where Rich Cho maybe has to go out and make a deal or something to get another big man in here?
It still is, and I never thought I would say it, but losing Bismack Biyombo right now at this point is really going to be a big blow for these guys, because he's been playing at a really high level for them. But there's going to give Max Hill more of an opportunity to play now, because, like Coach said in the post-game interview, he said Max Hill may end up starting when they play against the Spurs, and Big Al still got to work his way back into game shape. But I still say that probably close to the trade deadline, they'll still pull the trigger on the trade and just make some kind of move. I just hope it's not too late for these guys, but I still got a feeling that Cho will make a trade before the deadline gets here.
And as you can see, the lights being dimmed, and I think I can hear in the background somebody saying, "Turn out the lights, the party's over." Injury number 3 that the Hornets lost Marvin Williams tonight to a possible concussion. Don't know how long he would be out on that. The Hornets don't play again until I think midweek next week when they play the Spurs, and only play 2 games next week. But that's 2 of your post players there. You lose Marvin Williams, you lose Bismack Biyombo. Really, the only post player with any experience as a backup right now goes back to being Max Seal.
Absolutely, and like you said, injuries starting to pile up for these guys again, and maybe that's another opportunity for either Jeff Taylor or Noah Vonleh, the rookie that they drafted, to step up and get some playing time for these guys, because they're really going to need it down low in the post, because with these injuries piling up, they really need some more help.
This team may have to play small ball right there, as you're saying right there, playing some things. But this is a big, interesting statistic right here. This team tonight got out-rebounded by 13 rebounds, which is surprising. They shot 32.9% from the floor. They missed 13 free throws and still won the basketball game. Doing something right there, and again, I think it comes down to, as I like to call it, B-fence. B-fence instead of defense. We call it, well, I've named it B-fence here in Charlotte.
Yeah, I like the way these guys, they do a pretty good job every night, though, playing really good defense. Besides last night, they do a pretty good job, but offensively is where they really struggle at, and it's just something they've been struggling with all season long. But still, on the defensive side, it's helping them win games, and they keep finding ways to win. But they still need to make some kind of move to get some more help on the offensive side of the ball, because they really struggle with scoring. And in some stretches of the game, you got to have somebody to help you get some more easy baskets besides Big Al, because in the end of the game, that's who they double team, and that's leaving other guys open for shots. And if these guys can't knock down the shots, it's going to be a long night for them, because they keep shooting really low percentages. But if they can find a way to get these guys better shots and get some more easy shots and get some more easy buckets for them, then I believe they'll have a better game.
Again, the keys for tonight's game are scoring-wise. The Hornets only had 3 players in double figures. I guess why 76 will show that. But Brian Roberts had 17 points. General Henderson, again, stepped up. I thought was a leader on the floor tonight. Showed a lot of leadership, taking the ball to the basket, hitting free throws at the end. He had 14 points. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist had 10 points. We had no double-doubles tonight, which is kind of surprising. The leading rebounder in the game tonight was Cody Zeller with 8. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was 7, along with Marvin Williams was 7. Al Jefferson was 6, and Al had 7 block shots tonight. So, again, not going to knock your socks off with the statistics tonight, but, again, the bottom thing, and we talked about this, I'll take an ugly, ugly win over a pretty beautiful loss any day.
Absolutely. Now, there's one thing these guys hate to do is lose, and you just got, like you said, got to give them credit for winning, finding ways to win, because all games are not going to be pretty, but all that matters at the end of the day is the team they got a W, and good thing for them is they're playing another team that's really struggling in the Knicks, and I'm glad this game came at a perfect time for them, coming off a back-to-back blowout, and then coming out here tonight where they got down early, but facing a team without Carmelo and a team that's pretty much getting ready for next season in the Knicks, this game came at a perfect time for them to rack up another win for them.
For you Knicks fans out there, the bright spot tonight for the Knicks was Tim Hardaway Jr. had 25 points. Former Duke player who really never showed his offensive skills like this when he was at Duke was Lance Thomas, had 16 points, and then a D-League player that was brought up several weeks ago in the fire sale was Langston Galloway, had 11 points, and that's it. I guess Cole Aldridge, 13 rebounds, but that's about the highlights of the night and the high spots for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, it's been a long season for those guys, and like you said, the bright spot for him tonight was Tim Hardaway. He's going to be a really good player, 25 points tonight. He's doing a really good job. And just whenever you load out your best player in Carmelo Anthony, it's really going to be a struggle for him, but pretty much these guys know it's the season. They're not going to make the playoffs. Just you got to have faith in Phil Jackson to turn it around for those guys in the offseason.
Well, that's going to wrap it up. That the Hornets, again, a 9 out of 11 now wins on them, are playing good basketball. They take it on the road for a couple of weeks, playing against San Antonio next. They go to Denver and play. They will get their first meeting with the Wizards this year, though, and see if they can hold things together. Our next game will be back here, I think, in February. It's around February the 3rd is for I think we should have our next game when the Washington Wizards come in, though. But the Hornets move to 19-26, while the lowly Knicks fall to 8-37. I can't ever remember the Knicks being 8-37.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. I can't believe that 8-37 is. unfortunate, but you can't win every year. A lot of teams have those down seasons like that, but I believe they'll turn it around eventually.
That's going to wrap it up again. Happy note tonight, though. The Hornets are victorious by the score of 76-71. Enjoy the circus while we're not here. The Cox Sports Broadcasting Circus will return in a couple of weeks. Until then, you can watch Ringland Brothers here at Time Warner Arena. We'll see you back here in Charlotte in a couple of weeks. Until then, he's Carlos Smith. I'm the Coach Dick Cox. Enjoy your time away from us, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks. Good night, everybody.